everybody, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome back to my channel. Let's cook something delicious. Pull up a chair and let's get cooking together. Today we're going to use my recipe book and we're going to make Swedish meatballs. Now these babies are super simple, especially if you buy the pre-frozen meatballs, but we're gonna make our own. So if you buy the pre-frozen meatballs, the only thing you need is a bag of meatballs, a jar of grape jelly, a jar of the chili sauce, and a little bit of lemon juice. But we're gonna make our own meatballs first. So for that, we need a pound of sausage, a pound of hamburger. We put our oven on 375 or 350. I have it on 350. Preheating. We're going to add in some eggs, breadcrumbs, Lipton onion soup, and some Italian dressing, just a seasoning packet. And we're gonna spray our pan with Pam. So these are gonna be greasy, so basically you just wanna see what happens to your pan. When you don't, it kind of sticks there. So we're just gonna start it off with a little bit. And you wanna make sure that you're using one of the pans that have the edges, not a flat pan, because you don't want the grease to come off into your oven. Okay, so first you're gonna add a pound of sausage into a bowl to mix. These are really great to make for like a party, as an appetizer, you know, just something to munch on. We actually enjoy eating these kind of like a meatball sub. They're a little bit different that way. Trying to make sure I get all of this sausage out of here. But they're always a favorite, and they always taste delicious. And like I said, if you're using the frozen meatballs, this is quick and easy. You just dump those meatballs in, your grape jelly, your chili sauce, put them in a crock pot, let them cook, and they're done. So it's super simple and easy. I prefer to make my own meatballs, because you can make them whatever size you want. You can flavor them up how you want, and that just gives them a little extra. And who doesn't like a little extra? Put it in there and go over the top. Kick it up a notch. We're just making sure we get all this sausage out of here. Then we're gonna go in with our burger. And I like to use a 90 or an 80, something that isn't, something more lean, not so fatty. But you can use whatever burger you have, venison burger. You can use all burger, you don't have to use sausage, but I think the sausage gives it a little extra flavor. Again, I'm all about the flavor. So these freezer bags that you use, they're really nice till it comes time to getting the doggone meat out of there. All right, now you're gonna go in with your burger. So you basically have 2 pounds in all. You've got your hamburger and you've got your sausage. So we've got our burger and our sausage in there. Now we're gonna go ahead and add 2 eggs. Right on top. We're gonna add our packet of Italian seasoning mix to make Italian dressing. Sprinkle that right on top. Now these are salty, so basically I don't end up adding any extra salt or pepper into this. And then we're gonna go in with our Lipton onion soup. Again, we're just gonna add the whole package. And now we're gonna add some breadcrumbs. don't want too many, but you do want some. You don't want it to taste like breadcrumbs, but you just wanted the eggs and the breadcrumbs help combine it together. So we're just gonna go in there and mix this all up until you get the right consistency to hold it together. Let me know down below, how do you guys thaw your meat out? So if you have your meat in your freezer and you want to thaw it out, do you let it sit on the counter and just at room temperature and thaw? Do you put it in some water and let it thaw? Do you put it in your refrigerator, let it thaw overnight? Different people have different ideas. Just kind of drop a comment down below and give me your thoughts. Now that's still a little too soupy, so we're gonna add some more breadcrumbs to this. So I'm probably up to about a half a cup of breadcrumbs in here. And again, what else do you add? What do you add to your meatballs? We're not big onion people, but I can get away with a Lipton onion soup. But anything like real onions, not really. Sometimes I'll add cheese, shredded cheese, right up in these. Some people put rice in theirs. Let me know what you add to your meatballs to make them even better. I'm gonna see here. Still just a little more. So probably about another quarter cup. So we're up to 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs. You said you don't want it dry, you still want it moist, but you don't want it, you want to make it so they can form a nice ball. You can use real bread in this. You can chop up, pull apart real bread and use that as your glue combiner. All right, so now we're good. We got this to where we need it to be. Everything's all mixed in here. Now we're just gonna form our little meatballs. Okay, so you can hand roll these or you can, I'm gonna stuff them right down in here so they're kind of like equal sized. And you can just drop them out, but they get flat on the one side if you don't. So I'm just gonna do this, scoop them so they're about the same, and then roll them all nice together. Now that's a pretty big meatball there. Look at that, 29 meatballs. We were one short of 30. So we're gonna put these in the oven at 350 and we're gonna bake them for 15 minutes. So our oven's preheated already and we're gonna go ahead and put them right on it. See you in 15. 15 minutes are up. Let's pull these babies out. 29 meatballs. They look delicious. We'll just cut one in half real quick and make sure they're good in the middle. Which they should be. Look at that. Yep. Perfect. Let these cool down so they solid up a little bit before we add our mixture sauce that we need to do. So see you in about half hour. So those meatballs are there. We're gonna add in our 12 ounces of chili sauce. Add just a little bit of water and shake it up so you can get the rest of that out of there. Then you need 10 ounces of grape jelly. So we're gonna use pretty much all of this, but not the whole thing. And about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Now you just wanna mix that together and let that simmer and melt for a little bit. All right, we have that all down and now we're just gonna add our meatballs, stir it around and just let them sit. Look at that. Just gently stir them around. And just let them marinate and cover in that juice. All right, well, the Steelers are on, so we have to finish this up this way. I took my meatballs, cut them in half, made my bun like Subway used to put that right on top and melted that fresh mozzarella cheese. Delicious. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell these Steelers they better win.